Why most people never feel ready to start. Most people are not lazy. They are not incapable. They are not unintelligent. Yet many never start the things they care about. They delay the business. They postpone the investment. They wait to write, build, change, or begin. They say the same sentence again and again. I'm not ready yet. This feeling is common. It feels reasonable. It feels responsible. But it is also misleading. Because readiness, as most people imagine it, does not exist. The illusion of readiness. Readiness sounds like a condition. As if one day everything will align. More confidence. More clarity. More time. More knowledge. People believe readiness arrives before action. But in reality, readiness is created by action. You do not feel ready, then start. You start, then slowly feel ready. This reversal is where most people get stuck. They wait for a signal that never comes. Why waiting feels safe? Waiting feels safe because it avoids exposure. When you do not start, you cannot fail. You cannot be judged. You cannot make mistakes in public. Waiting protects identity. As long as you have not tried, you can still believe you would succeed. Starting removes that protection. It replaces imagination with reality. For many people, that feels threatening. So they wait. Comfort disguised as preparation. Many people confuse preparation with progress. They read more books, watch more videos, plan endlessly. They tell themselves they are being responsible. But preparation without execution becomes a form of avoidance. Feels productive. It looks disciplined. But it delays the real work. Learning feels safer than doing. Because learning does not test you. Fear rarely announces itself. Most people think fear is obvious. They imagine panic or anxiety. But fear is usually quiet. It sounds like logic. It sounds like timing. It sounds like responsibility. I just need a bit more information. I should wait until things settle. Now is not the right moment. Fear hides behind reasonable explanations. That is why it is so effective. Why clarity is overrated at the beginning. People believe they need clarity before starting. A clear plan. A clear path. A clear outcome. But clarity often comes after movement. You understand the terrain by walking it, not by staring at a map. Those who demand full clarity before action stay stuck. Those who accept partial clarity move forward. They adjust as they go. The cost of never starting. Not starting has a cost. It slowly erodes confidence. It creates self-doubt. It reinforces the belief that action is dangerous. Each delay makes the next delay easier. Over time, inaction becomes identity. I'm the type who plans. I'm the type who waits. This story becomes harder to break. Why motivation is not the problem. Many people blame motivation. They think if they felt inspired enough, they would start. But motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. It fades quickly. Those who wait for motivation start rarely. Those who start without motivation build momentum. Momentum is more powerful than motivation. The myth of the perfect moment. There is no perfect time. There is only now with constraints. Life does not pause to prepare you. Conditions will always be imperfect. There will always be uncertainty. Waiting for ideal circumstances is a quiet way of choosing never. Those who begin accept imperfection. They move anyway. Why starting feels heavy. Starting feels heavy because it forces decisions. You must choose a direction. You must accept trade-offs. You must give something up. Before starting, everything is possible. After starting, options narrow. This narrowing feels like loss. But it is also how progress happens. Identity is at risk when you begin. Starting threatens identity. If you see yourself as smart, failure becomes dangerous. If you see yourself as capable, mistakes feel personal. So you delay to protect self-image. But growth requires identity flexibility. You must allow yourself to be a beginner. Those who cannot tolerate being new remain unchanged. Why small starts are powerful. Most people wait because they think starting means committing fully. Quitting a job. Investing heavily. Making a big announcement. This pressure makes starting feel overwhelming. But starting does not require scale. It requires direction. Small starts reduce risk. They lower emotional cost. They make action manageable. Progress does not require drama. The role of ownership in starting. People hesitate to start when outcomes feel uncertain. Ownership changes this. When you own the process, not just the result, fear decreases. You stop asking, will this work? And start asking, what can I learn? This shift removes pressure. Ownership makes starting easier because it reframes success. Why readiness is a moving target. Even those who start often feel unready. They wait for the next level of confidence. The next sign of validation. But readiness keeps moving. Each step reveals new unknowns. This is normal. Those who accept ongoing uncertainty continue. Those who demand certainty stop again. How inaction feels responsible. Inaction often disguises itself as wisdom. People say they are being careful. They want to avoid mistakes. But avoiding mistakes also avoids growth. Responsibility without action becomes stagnation. True responsibility includes movement. The quiet power of beginning imperfectly. Beginning imperfectly builds resilience. You learn faster. You adjust sooner. You develop real confidence. Confidence built through action is stable. Confidence built through imagining success is fragile. The former lasts. The latter collapses under pressure. Why comparison makes starting harder? Comparison distorts readiness. You look at people who are ahead. You measure yourself against finished results. This creates unnecessary pressure. You forget they started earlier. You forget they were once beginners too. Comparison convinces you that you are behind. But everyone starts from ignorance. The discipline of starting without certainty. Starting requires discipline. Not the loud kind. The quiet kind. The discipline to act without guarantees. To accept discomfort. To move before confidence arrives. This discipline compounds. Each small start builds trust in yourself. What happens when you finally begin? When you start, something shifts. Fear loses power. Clarity increases. Momentum forms. You realize the imagined difficulty was heavier than the real one. Starting does not solve everything. But it changes your relationship with possibility. Why starting is a decision, not a feeling. People wait for readiness as a feeling. But starting is a decision. A decision to act despite uncertainty. A decision to learn through motion. Feelings follow decisions, not the other way around. Those who understand this move sooner. The long-term cost of waiting. Years pass quietly. Opportunities age. Energy changes. Circumstances shift. Waiting feels harmless in the short term. But in the long term it becomes regret. Most regret comes not from failure but from never trying. The simplicity of the first step. The first step is rarely complex. Send the message. Open the account. Write the first page. Make the first call. Simplicity removes excuses. Complexity feeds delay. Those who simplify starting move faster. Why people who start appear confident? People who start are not fearless. They are simply practiced. They have felt uncertainty before. They have survived mistakes. Experience replaces imagination. Confidence grows from exposure, not preparation. Starting changes how you see yourself. Each start reinforces a new identity. I am someone who acts. I am someone who begins. I am someone who learns by doing. This identity makes future starts easier. Inaction reinforces the opposite. The quiet truth. Most people never feel ready. They start anyway. Or they never start at all. Readiness is not a requirement. It is a byproduct. Final thought. If you are waiting to feel ready, you may wait forever. The moment you start is the moment readiness begins to form. Not loudly. Not dramatically. Quietly. Through action. Through movement. Through doing the thing before confidence arrives. Start small. Start imperfect. Start now. Readiness will catch up.